Trump Talks Movies, Army of Darkness. Hello, groovy people, it's me, the Donald, and today we're watching Army of Darkness. The movie starts in medieval times, and some guys are chained up and are wearing those things you put your head and hands in. What do you call it? A yoke? Not a very funny one. One of the guys narrates he's only got one hand, so a diversity hire. Very surprising for a movie from the 90s. He says his name is Ash and he's a slave, which doesn't make sense because he's white. We have a flashback to now times, and we find out he took his girlfriend to a cabin and read from an evil book. Books are evil, I've always said so. That's why I don't like to read. His girlfriend gets killed and he has to cut his hand off cause it turns evil. Probably playing with himself too much, he gets sucked into a swirly thingy, and that's how he ended up in medieval times. At least his car came with him so he doesn't have to walk everywhere. I hate walking almost as much as I hate reading. He gets captured by some knights that are too stupid to know what a car is cause they think he works for a guy named Henry. An old wizard-looking guy says he might be the chosen one but steals Ash's chainsaw. Anyway, very mean. They get to a castle, not very impressive, and the people there are very mean to the prisoners. A woman named Sheila asks the head guy Arthur about her brother. Turns out the poor guy's already dead, very sad. She blames Ash for it. I don't know why he just got there, and she slaps him around a little. I slap JD around if I'm in a bad mood. It's funny watching him cower, cheers me right up. Ash meets Henry and he turns out to be Scottish. The Scottish people love me. One even said, I was shite and home alone too. I've been told shite means great in Scottish. Arthur and Henry argue about who started the fighting and Arthur says some derogatory things. Not a nice guy. If I was there, I would end the war with one meeting. Arthur wants to throw the prisoners into the pit, which is a big hole in the ground. One of the prisoners gets thrown in and he screams like a wuss and a lot of blood comes shooting out of the hole. Not as much blood as I have, though. Nobody has as much blood as me. One of the prisoners tries to escape and Arthur shoots him in the back. Best place to shoot someone. They can't dodge or shoot back. Next is Ash's turn to go in the pit, but he whines and tries to get out of it like a coward. Sheilish is a very mean lady. Throws a rock at his head and he falls in. In the pit there is a lot of standing water, very unhygienic and spikes on the walls. Ash gets beat up by an ugly creature. I don't know if it's a man or woman. Either way, very unattractive. The spikes start closing in and the wizard guy gives Ash his chainsaw back and it fits right over his arm stump. Very handy. Ash chops up the creature and an even uglier creature comes out of the wall and attacks him. Not very many good-looking people in medieval times. Ash fights off the new creature and manages to climb out of the pit. Right before he gets squished, he seems very angry. I hope he doesn't hit someone. Oh, he did. He punched Arthur right in the face. He had it coming, though, like I said. Not a nice guy. Ash asks if anyone else wants to fight. And no one does. I wouldn't. He looks crazy. He makes them let Henry and his men who aren't dead go. Very thoughtful of him to help out. Arthur wants to sword fight, but Ash breaks his sword with a shotgun. I don't know where he got the shotgun. It would have been useful a few minutes ago. Ash does a commercial for shotguns and threatens to murder everyone. And shoots the ugly creature to demonstrate. Afterwards, he's being pampered by some ladies, probably to stop him from shooting someone. Sheila comes over and tries to be nice, but he's kind of a dick about it, which is a fair reaction. She did throw a rock at his head. I would have had her arrested. The wizard guy comes in and says Ash needs to fight a book called the Necronomicon to get back home. And Ash has to do it because he's the promised one. I don't like this promised one business. I think they're just using it as an excuse to be lazy. Ash whines about having to find the book. I'm starting to not like this guy. He complains a lot for a promised one. An ugly old lady starts floating in the air and saying mean things. Melania does the same thing when I leave my toys out. She falls on the floor, the old lady, not Melania, and pretends to be dead. She waits until Ash and Arthur get close and starts beating people up, and Ash has to shoot her a bunch of times to kill her. Tough old broad. Ash decides to stop being a pussy and find the book. Afterwards, he makes himself a cyborg hand out of armor. I want one of those. Somebody cut off my hand. That night, Sheila tries to be nice again, and Ash is an even bigger dick. Get over it, guy. He changes his mind about being a dick and has the hots for her instead, so they have sexy time. The next morning, Ash rides out with the wizard guy, who tells him where to find the book and that he has to say some words before he gets it. Wizard guy wants to make sure Ash remembers, and Ash complains some more. I can remember the words easily: kleptoveruca, nipple. I can remember 4 or 5 words if I have to. Wizard guy gives Ash direction to a cemetery, and Ash rides off. Thanks for watching part 1. If you enjoyed this video, then like, subscribe, and share, and come back soon for part 2.